YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Mace back with another video. So in this video, I just want to do a quick market recap on what took place today. So I don't want this video to be too long. I'll just get straight into it. So this was the setup yesterday. So we were here right now, right? So this is gold at the moment. We had this little range at the moment that was taking place out of session. This became a nice resistance area. So you see price made a top there. I'll do it right now. Let me see if I can lock this so you can see it, lock drawing. Price came out, drop. Price came out, drop. Price came out, dropped again. Price came out, made a nice drop, right? So we had those things that was taking place. And then what took place after that was at the beginning of session, 7 o'clock, price managed to finally start to break above these areas. So my initial thought was, I'm looking to see if price can get back to this 1 hour high, right? Because this 1 hour made some kind of supply area right now. So this is where I was looking for price to see if it can get back into. This was the breaker structure here, and price also broke structure a little bit out there. So I was looking to see if price can get back to this supply area, but I was looking for structure. So like I said, on the 15 minute, structure was in a little range right now. This is the little range. At 7 o'clock, price started to get out of that range. So I was looking for the demand setup that I could take advantage of to try and buy it all the way back up to this area. And price almost give you a break and a retest of this resistance area right there, almost give you a retest of that, then came with this bullish candle. This bullish candle, I made a demand off of that. Price came down. Now with this is kind of, how would I say, tricky. It could have gone either which way. But what I was looking at, this aggressive bearish candle came back into this zone. I'm above the 13 EMA, so that was a good sign because I'm above. Usually, if you guys know my strategy, I usually would always go in a trade once it breaks my 13 EMA with either a bullish or bearish, engulfing candle. But if you're above the 13 EMA already for buys, you could buy. If you're below the 13 EMA during sales, you could continue to sell. So right now, I'm still above the 13 EMA, so I still want to trade with the 13 EMA. I'm also above the 200 EMA as well, moving averages. I'm still making highs. By acknowledging that and understanding that, I would get in once price breaks the high of the candle that it actually when it retests. So this was the retest. Price started to buy, didn't break this candle. Price started to sell a little bit off this candle. Price started to push up there. Once I see price came this bullish candle, price started to break this red candle, and when I see price close, I just entered, put my stop loss below this resistance area because I'm not looking for price to get back down to this resistance area. If it does, it might top it. I'll just adjust the stop loss if needed to, because the most I would have my stop loss to would be around 50 pips right there. That would be the most, right? Price continued rallying up. I took my targets in obviously because it was a 2-to-1, but I also was looking at around this area right here. Let me see if I can highlight this area so you could see. I was looking at this area, seeing that this was a resistance area on the 5 minute. I'm like, okay, price could potentially react to that area, so I'll take the 2-to-1. Played out very nicely. But then after that, price gave you another demand area right here, where price, this was the range. And then you highlight this right now. This was the range, and you notice none of the wicks. Price was just wicking. So remember, I don't really count wicks as breaks because usually because what will happen is price would break it with a wick, but then reverse, which means it would probably be a fake out. But price came here, wick, wick. When it finally broke with this bullish candle, I'm now looking to see if I get some kind of reaction from that. Price came with this candle, never broke above it, came back some more, finally came back. So now this is starting to become a resistance area as well. Once I see price started to break above that aggressively, I entered. Once I see price break above that aggressively, I entered that. Stop loss below the support, below the demand, and I just carried all the way back up to, like I say, the same supply area on the 1 hour, and that played out for 1.8 risk to reward. Now, since we're at this area, what I'm initially looking at, where if you see already, you already haven't price make a new high, a pullback, price is making equal highs right now, which would be a double top. Now I want to see if price is going to respect this area, this demand area, and continue going higher. If not, if price were to break this, I would then start looking for some kind of selling opportunity to start to sell, and then I would figure out where my targets and everything like that would be. But that was the setup on gold. Then we had Nas. So this was what I marked up last night after I did some back testing, because I still back test every 5-6 o'clock in the evening. Once market close, I tend to do a nice market recap within the day, what trades I took, where I could have been better, trades that I didn't took, or losses. I do those type of things because you always want to, you just want to always keep your brains fresh and everything, or be consistent with what you do. So this was my analysis. This was a nice demand right there, because price broke these areas after being in a downtrend. Price finally broke these areas. This was my demand. Price tapped into it around, I think this was 8 o'clock. After price tapped into it, you would have then wait for the 13 EMA to be broken. So this consolidated because you see price is just going on the 200 EMA is going cross price, which means you have some type of consolidation. That's what it means, right? Right here you are your highs being made. Price finally broke your highs, and what you could have done, once you see price broke the 13 EMA actually bullish, like with this candle right there, you could have entered this and put a stop loss probably below these areas to try to target back to this mean high first, and then we'll see if price could break this high in order to go higher. That's how the trade would have looked if you would take advantage of this trade right now. You got, like I said, you got the target around this area here. It would have been almost a 1-to-1. That's why I didn't really like it. It would have been a little bit, I would have been doing more than I need to do if I wanted to carry it higher. Although I know I want to see it go higher, it would be a chance I'll be taking, because if I did hold it, I would have got stopped out if you see what price did there. But luckily this was out of session, so I wasn't worrying about that. This came in session, so price started to make highs and lows, highs, lows, highs, came to the target where I was looking at last night, broke those highs, broke those lows right now, so it made a change of character right here. Got to change of character right there. Saw that. I'm now looking to see if price can go a little bit deeper, and as soon as that happened, price came down, tapped back into this demand area, supply area. Although this was a low probability supply, because we didn't really have any gaps around these areas. The only gap you had was from here. Let me use this box. You had a gap from here to here. This was the gap you had. So it still wasn't too bad of a setup, but it was a low probability supply for me. But it still played out perfectly for 2-to-1 risk to reward. Targets after price break the 13 EMA, like I say, targets mean stop loss above the zone, price wherever you wanted it to go. That was it for the US Nas, and you're still thinking price can go back to this overall area right now, because This is what took place on Sunday, where price on this chart right now you can see that it's a long candle, but on other charts this will actually be considered a gap. So I'm looking for the price to fill that gap back in. So right now I will be looking for something like this. This is a nice demand. Price like it's trying to get back there. I'll be looking for something like that. And this right there would be, if it was to play out, this would be a nice risk to reward right now. Because you could put this stop loss anywhere around here. There would be like a 4-1 risk to reward. That's a nice one right there. You got Us30. They didn't really give me anything, to be honest. It's nice head and shoulder that took place on Us30. Right there, where price had a nice bullish aggression. Price pulled back, gave you the shoulder there, the head, and gave you another shoulder. Broke that, which means that it changed character. So this was the lows. Price finally broke that. Gave you all, once again, low probability supply. Respected that very beautifully with a wick as well. You watch your entry candle right there after the 13 EMA was broken with a bearish candle. Stop loss go above the highs, and you got to target back to these areas here for 1.5 risk to reward. And that's where we talk about not trying to be too greedy, because imagine you were trying to go for 2 to 1. You would have got stopped out, and then it would actually hit you 2 to 1. But what you could have looked at was this demand right here. This was a demand area as well, because we had some gaps to be filled. Price almost tapped into that demand, finally tapped into it, and then pushed up. So those are things you always could look at when it comes to you looking for setups. And last but not least, we are, well, let me finish off 30 at the moment. Right now 30 is in a weird area, so I'm not really too fond on 30 at the moment. But then we have Spx500. Same thing. I went in this trade yesterday, and then I came out with what, a small drawdown. I think like 5 pip drawdown, because I was like, it's not my session, I'm not trading. Even though it looked nice, I know there's times price would probably pull back just a little bit more before going up. But what I saw on this last night was this. You had this. What I was looking at was, we had this impulse, and after this big push down all Sunday, we started to make an impulse, which could have been a pullback. But we noticed that price didn't continue dropping down. Price made a new high. By knowing that, I'm like, okay, it's possibility price can continue to buy up, and that's why I was eager to get in the trade. But like I say, I came out of it again because it wasn't my session, and so be it. Price came, broke out this consolidation area range once more, started to rally up, gave you a double. I'll give you a head and shoulder once again, right now, head and shoulder. And the more you be on the chart, the more you will start to find these things. You start to find patterns that can actually give you more confidence in the trade. Give you a low probability supply once more, right now, low probability supply, because price broke structure. You had the retest. Now this retest came aggressively, so I'll give you guys a little small gem right now. It's like you driving a car, right? So let's say you're driving a supercar. It ain't gotta be a supercar. Let's say you're going out of, let's say the speed limit for a certain area is 50 miles per hour, but you're going 70, and the light is turning yellow, so you have to stop. What happens is, this whole part right here would be the stop sign. This would be where you have to stop. Some vehicles, you know, would stop way before the little white lines to stop. Some vehicles will stop inside of it. Some vehicles will stop further beyond it, and then probably have to reverse back because they had to stop on the red light. So that's what happened here. Sometimes when the market is going so volatile, it would tend to push out of that zone but still respect it once more. That's all that means sometimes. Traders will tell you, oh, that's a break of structure, so they won't trade, or oh, once the wick break it, they won't trade it. Everyone has their own terms on what they do. That's why I say you always have to back test your strategy. So my strategy is, yes, price broke this, which I wouldn't be looking for it to break it, but I'm going to see what price does after the fact. So if price continued to give me about 2-3 more candles showing bullish signs, I'm not interested in anymore as well. But because price gave me this bullish candle, then this red candle and this other red candle, I'm like, okay, this could still sell. But notice I didn't get in it at this candle here. Although this was a nice bearish candle, I didn't get in it. I wait till a candle broke this 13 EMA. I noticed a lot of times doing the strategy at the beginning, I got caught entering trades before the 13 EMA was broken and it went against me. So I've noticed once 13 EMA has been broken, it's a 85% chance it's going to continue to go my way. It might still put me in drawdown, it might still stop me out, but I've noticed 80% of the time it's going to continue to go my way, it's going to play out. And just as played out perfectly for almost a 2-to-1. I almost got a 2-to-1 of this. I could have scratched it some more, but wasn't taking any chances. But it was that was a good trade. And if you notice, price came right back to this demand, what was held yesterday, pushed up, and then this gave you a nice break and retest, because this was the resistance. You had resistance there, you had a pull back there, you had a drop there, change character once more right there, and price just retested that area, and you gotta buy that. So right now what I'm looking at for Nas, for Spx500, is the same thing I'm looking for Nas. Have a demand zone there, price broke structure here, price broke structure right there. I'm also looking for price to fill back in these gaps, like I said, that took place on Sunday. So what I'll be looking for is to see if price can give me a little bit more selling pressure at the moment here, tap back into this demand, and then start to buy from there. This might be a trade I'll be getting tonight, might not. We'll see how it goes. The market's opening up in the next 7 minutes, so we'll have to see how that goes. But that was what took place today. So like I said, we had two nice gold setups. We had nice Nas sell right there. We're looking for a Nas buy. 30 didn't take this because it just wasn't, I didn't like it, but I still marked it up. And then Nas, an Spx500 gave a nice play as well today, and I'm also looking for this to take place. Yeah, if you guys like the video, like the content that I'm dropping, like I say, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share it, comment what you guys want to see next. If you guys want to actually get involved in my trading sessions, I'll be pleased to do that. Just remember to stay focused, stay locked in. Yeah, peace and love. God bless you all.